Hi, I'm John Dobson. This is my lockdown clipper haircut that my wife just did. What is about to follow is my lockdown warm-up exercise for all guitarists. I'm sending this to all my students as an extra thing to do in the lockdown situation. I hope you like this, and if you do like it and you get to the end, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Okay, first of all, the whole tone, half tone, or diminished scale. It can be half tone, whole tone. It can be either way around for you pedantic people that get upset with such things. Anyway, so when I did it, the demonstration, I started on the 3rd fret just because it was better to see on my neck. But for this part, I'm going to start on the 5th fret. So there's just a pattern that you've got to remember. It's a very, very simple pattern. Start on string 4 and you go 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, and I went up a fret with my 4th finger and I come back down the way I went up. Okay, now from that point I'll show you the chords now with my rather amateurish chord diagram. Never mind. A very important footnote to point out before we can continue with the tutorial at this point is simply this. If you haven't noticed, go up 1 fret at a time each time I did that exercise. And also, when I play the last one in semiquavers or 16th, unless you've got a really good ear, you won't have noticed, and I should have pointed this out, is that on the first part of it, I'll do a hammer on. But on the way back down, I've got a slide. Okay, I didn't point that out. So, for the more advanced guitarists amongst you, I hope you noticed that. You've got to forgive me for my lack of tech here. I've just got my notebook, but it's effective, it works. So, first of all, we have a diminished chord, root 4. That's where you start from. So I pick out string 4 with my pick, then 2, then 3, then 1. So the classical guitarist should be going P, M, I, A at that point. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Then, this diamond here. That means that 3rd finger, that ring finger, is replaced that note exactly with the 1st finger to help you find your 2nd diminished chord. This time a root 5 version. Pick out with your pick, down on 5, up on 3, down on 4, up on 2. So you made another diminished chord, the same diminished chord, just in a different inversion if you like. Now the next thing that happens is the 1st finger moves from the 3rd string to the same fret on the 4th string. And this time I am playing a power chord, a root 4 power chord, or a 5 chord if you like. To start with, I've gone down on 4, down on 3, down on 2 to get that power chord, then move my first finger across to resolve it from the 2nd or the 9th to the minor 3rd. So if I was to play that chord all together, I've got a root 4 movable minor. So that's what I do. Now I'm going to talk about string crossing for you classical players. So this is the right hand for classical guitarist part of the video. So first of all, we're going to do rest strokes as we descend the scale. What I'm talking about now is trying to avoid the string cross, a bad string cross where you would go from one string to another from index to middle. You should always try and go from middle to index if you can to avoid, because at play at speed it's quite difficult to go from index to middle. I'm better than using the same finger twice. That should generally be avoided. And we always try and repeat our fingers. That's general sort of classical right hand rules if you like. So first of all, practice on open strings. Okay, then introduce the left hand. So we're going to go middle, index, middle, index, middle. But here, the only time we're going to use the ring finger is now. The last note on the 2nd string. Middle, index, middle. Just like the 1st string. And on 4, index, middle. And now we're into our 3 stroke section. Thumb on 4, middle on 2, index on 3, ring on 1. Change strings to do the same thing on strings 5, 4, 3 and 2. Thumb, middle, index, ring. And for the last bit we would go thumb, index, middle, ring, and the very last note we're going to use our middle finger again. Okay. So I'll do it again, but this time I'm going to introduce the left hand fingers. So I've got my pinky on 11th fret and I slide down from 11 to 10 straight away. Middle, index, middle, index, middle, ring, middle, index, middle, index, middle. Then 3 strokes. Thumb, middle, index, ring. Same on the next chord. And then we're back to more conventional thumb, middle, ring, middle. Slightly quicker this time. And there you have it, that's how you do it with a classical. Like I said, when the scale ascends, it doesn't matter so much about your right hand fingering.